Day 1 of Navaratri always feels like a fresh breath, doesn't it? Like a silent promise that something powerful is about to begin. Today we meet Shailaputri, the first form of Goddess Durga. Her name means daughter of the mountains. She is the embodiment of the earth element. Think about that mountains don't move, they just are firm, grounded, unshaken. And that's the energy we begin this journey with. Shailaputri was born as Parvati, daughter of Himavan, the king of the Himalayas. In her past life, she was Sati, the first wife of Shiva, who sacrificed herself to uphold her dignity. But even death didn't stop her. She was reborn, grew up in the mountains, and did severe penance to reunite with Shiva. Her story is quiet but powerful. Not dramatic, not loud, just devoted, disciplined, steady. When others doubted her, when the world moved on, she sat, eyes closed, spine tall, on the cold Himalayan ground. And she stayed, not out of stubbornness, but out of deep knowing. That kind of strength doesn't come from outside, it comes from rooted self belief. And that's the lesson of day 1. Stability comes from knowing your worth and walking your path with quiet confidence. We live in times of constant change, jobs, relationships, expectations. And in all that noise, we forget our center. Shailaputri is that inner mountain inside us. The part of us that says, I may not have all figured out, but I trust myself. Her presence reminds us to ground ourselves before we grow, to slow down before we speed up, to root before we reach. Because no tree can rise without roots. Let me share a story I once heard from a village elder. During an earthquake that devastated a large part of the valley, most homes were reduced to rubble. But one tiny temple made of stone and wood stood firm. When they asked the elder why that temple didn't fall, he said, because it was built into the hill, not on it. That's the difference between being attached and being concerned. Shailaputri teaches us to anchor, to root ourselves in values so deeply that no storm can shake us. Let me tell you about my friend Asha. So she moved to a new city, didn't know a single soul, and started her career from scratch. For 6 months, nothing worked. Rejections, loneliness, self-doubt. But every morning, she did one thing. Lit a lamp in front of her small altar and journaled 3 words. I am enough. That simple act became her anchor. 6 months later, things began to shift. She found opportunities, friendships, and a quiet strength she never knew she had. That's Shailaputri in action. Stability doesn't mean external security. It means you hold your ground no matter the storm. And sometimes just showing up for yourself every day is the highest act of self-belief. So, how do we channel this goddess today? Do something grounding. Say, for example, walk barefoot on grass, light a diya, or just sit in silence. Affirm your worth. Remind yourself of your strengths, not your flaws. Reconnect with the earth. Eat sattvic food. Clean your space. Slow down. You can also start a small ritual. Place a stone or crystal on your desk, something that reminds you to stay grounded. Every time you feel scattered, hold it, breathe, come back to yourself. Today isn't about doing more, it's about being steady. Day 1 sets the tone for your entire Navaratri, and Shailaputri teaches us the strongest journeys begin with the firmest steps. So today, ask yourself, what makes me feel safe and strong? What values do I stand on like a mountain? Where in life do I need to stop running and start rooting? The daughter of the mountain invites you to become a mountain. Unshakable, rooted, ready. I have linked a free spiritual journal in the description. You can just note down these 3 questions and write your answers and remind yourself you are worth it.